Hola, One Piece hunters! Some of the best One Piece moments come from arcs that don't get the attention they deserve. Have you ever thought, wow, that arc was actually amazing? Get ready, because we're diving into the 10 most underrated arcs in One Piece, and why they truly deserve more love. Number 10, Reverie Arc. Now that we're all set, let's start with an arc that's criminally underrated, the Reverie Arc. This isn't your typical action-adventure, but let's be honest, it's one of the most important arcs in the series, and here's why. You see, it's this arc where Oda reveals world-shaking things, including Imu's introduction and all the politics surrounding the One Piece world. Now, if you remember, the empty throne symbolized that nobody ruled the world until Imu casually walked up and sat on it. This moment alone flipped everything we knew about the world government on its head. However, it was later revealed that Imu's existence was kept an absolute secret to maintain the lie that there was no singular ruler of the world. This arc also dives into One Piece's biggest mysteries, the ancient weapons and their connection to the Void Century. 100 years erased by the world government. And here's the real shocker. A major clue is dropped when Neptune tells Robin that Shirahoshi, who's actually Poseidon, is the ancient weapon, having enough power to command the Sea King's creatures strong enough to wipe out entire islands. Number 9, Romance Dawn Arc. Since we've already explored all the political chaos, let's take a step back to see where it all began. Before the characters of One Piece found out they were living in a lie, there was this one boy with a hat made of straws with an impossible dream. That's right, we're talking about Luffy and heading back to the Romance Dawn arc where it all began. While this arc may come off as rather simple compared to the others, it holds the very essence of what makes One Piece so special. So let's dive in. We see a young Luffy who idolizes the red-haired legend Shanks, also known as the chief of the Redhead Pirates, and one of the 4 emperors who rule over the New World. Just when Luffy begins his journey, the Sea King comes to attack our boy until Shanks comes and saves our boy, but loses his arm in the process. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. We get our taste of devil fruits when Luffy eats the Gum Gum fruit, which transforms him into the rubber-powered fighter we know today. Now, it's shocking to learn that fans often skip this foundational arc for the action-packed later arcs, making it one of the most underrated arcs in One Piece. Number 8, Alabasta Arc. Anyways, where's the fun of being a pirate without real adventure? Now that Luffy's a strong man, it's time we talk about one of the most intense arcs in early One Piece. Yet it doesn't get as much love as the later arcs like Marineford or Wano. But let's be honest, this arc might have felt a bit dragging and may not have had enough explosive action moments compared to later arcs. But in this arc, the Straw Hats arrive at a desert kingdom destroyed by war and find out the real villain, the ruthless warlord Crocodile. Turns out, he's been manipulating everyone from the shadows. Princess Vivi fights to save her people, while Luffy and his crew fight with the Baroque Works, which is one of their toughest battles yet. Luffy loses to Crocodile twice, making it one of the first times he couldn't win right away. The fights are intense, but some fans find the pacing slow compared to later, more action-packed arcs like Marineford. But those who skip this arc miss out on one of the most emotional moments in One Piece, including Vivi's farewell with the Straw Hats. Number 7, Thriller Bark. Just like Alabasta Arc, fans find the Thriller Bark dragging too. Let's be real, it's almost 50 episodes long. Meanwhile, Wano Arc laughs in the background. But you know what? Thriller Bark is one of the most underrated arcs. Firstly, the Straw Hats encounter not one, but 2 Warlords of the Sea, Gecko Moria and Bartholomew Kuma. Moria's creepy superpowers steal everyone's shadows, including Luffy's, turning the whole fight into a zombie movie. It sent shivers down everyone's spine, but let's not forget that it was absolutely thrilling. And then boom! Kuma shows up and nearly wipes out the Straw Hats. This guy was so strong that Luffy almost died until Zoro took all of his pain like a true warrior. It was undoubtedly one of the best scenes in the whole arc. So why do some fans skip it? Well, it's a bit slow for sure, and Moria isn't exactly a terrifying villain like Doflamingo. But hey, this arc has got zombies, fights, and one of the best Straw Hat moments ever. Number 6. Impel Down. Welcome to the next mysterious arc in One Piece that throws our boy into the most dangerous prison in the world, Impel Down. And why is Luffy crazy enough to break into a prison nobody escapes from? Well, he's got an emergency. His brother Ace is about to be executed. And if there's one thing Luffy never does, it's abandon his family. With Boa Hancock's help, Luffy gets inside this hell of a prison, where each level keeps getting more terrifying than the last. From the poisonous pits and blazing heat to freezing cold and terrifying monsters, this arc is no joke. Anyway, Luffy meets old enemies like Buggy, Crocodile, and Bon Clay in the prison, while also making new allies like Jinbe and the Wild Emperor Ivankov. Now, you might be wondering why this bittersweet arc is so underrated. Well, it gets skipped because of the Marineford War, although Impel Down has one of the sickest jailbreak moments that surpass even Michael Scofield's jailbreak from Prison Break. Number 5. Jaya Arc. Here's another underrated One Piece arc that doesn't get talked about enough, the Jaya Arc. Now, this arc may be short, but oh boy, it's so important! While most arcs include crazy fights and explosions, this one takes a completely different route. And here's why. It's all about dreams, destiny, and a future rivalry that changes entirely everything. First, we meet Bellamy, who talks big but gets one-shotted by Luffy faster than lightning. Let's be real, he totally deserved it. But if we're talking about the real GOAT moment, it must be Blackbeard's introduction for the very first time. He and Luffy had this deep conversation about how a people's dream never ends, setting up for what will one day become the ultimate rivalry. So why do fans skip this arc despite all the sick moments? Well, no major fights or big battles take place like other arcs. But trust me, you guys, this arc plants seeds that grow into some of the biggest moments in the series. If you skipped it, go back and watch it. Number 4. Loguetown Arc. Just when things start heating up, the Straw Hats make a stop that's more important than it seems. Loguetown. This isn't just any town. It's where the king of the pirates, Gol D. Roger, was born and where he met his end. Now, Luffy, being a troublemaker, almost met the same fate as Roger on the execution platform. But fate had other plans for him, maybe something more mysterious. Well, this was intense. Our main guy almost died so soon. Meanwhile, there are some big character moments, including Smoker making his badass debut. And we even get to see a glimpse of Monkey D. Dragon, who you know is Luffy's daddy. So while this arc may be short, it's filled with so many legendary moments that you might as well regret not watching. Number 3. Return to Sabaody Arc. Talking about arcs you'll regret not watching? We've got another one. Return to Sabaody Arc. After 2 years of intense training, the Straw Hats finally return, showing off their new abilities and transformations. For example, Luffy casually dodges Pacifista's laser, and Zoro defeats an opponent with a single slash. This arc left everyone shocked. The crew came back stronger than ever. It was like a Super Saiyan power-up. So if you're someone who loves Dragon Ball style action, you're going to love watching this arc. Other than that, let's talk about what makes fans overlook it. Well, firstly, it's too short, unlike massive arcs, including Marineford or Wano. Sabaady's return is only 6 episodes long. It serves more like a transition arc that sets up the crew's entry into the new world, rather than presenting a major conflict in the world of One Piece. Number 2. Post-War Arc. Yes, we're talking about the post-war arc. It's often overlooked because it follows the action-packed Marineford arc. After Luffy witnesses the tragic death of his brother Ace, he's completely broken, and it's something we've never seen before. Let's be honest, When have we ever seen Luffy looking this broken before? Well, I haven't. Anyway, this arc doesn't focus on the big flashy battles like others, but instead, it takes a deep and emotional look at Luffy's grief, which makes it one of the most introspective moments in the series. One of the major reasons why fans find the post-war arc underrated is because of its slower pace. I mean, yeah, we live in a fast-paced world now, and everything needs to happen within blinks. But think about it. Our guy just lost his big brother. Imagine the weight of that loss. Pretty intense, right? What makes this arc really interesting is that it prepares for the Marines making their next moves after Whitebeard's death with a major boss like Blackbeard. Most importantly, the post-war arc serves as the turning point that led to the time skip. So if you've overlooked this arc, you need to go back and watch it. Number 1. Skypiea. An arc that One Piece fans have a love-hate relationship with. For years, people have called it one of the most disappointing arcs, mainly because it feels super disconnected from the rest of the story at first. But did you know that Skypiea arc is one of the most important arcs in the entire series, and way more than people give it credit for? First, we got one of the sickest battles with Luffy versus Enel, a godlike villain who thinks he's untouchable until Luffy blows him away with his rubber powers. Seeing Enel's shocked face became a viral meme, which, by the way, we covered in our top 10 One Piece memes video. But beyond these viral meme moments, Skypiea is packed with game-changing One Piece lore. It introduces observation hockey, teases the ancient weapons, and even plants the first seeds of the sun god Nika, a mystery that took years to unravel. With all this hidden depth, Skypiea isn't just underrated, it's essential viewing for any true One Piece fan. And there you have it, the top 10 most underrated One Piece arcs that deserve way more love. While some arcs don't always get the spotlight, each one plays a crucial role in shaping the series we know and love. Did we miss an arc that deserves more recognition? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you haven't joined our crew yet, hit that subscribe button and set sail with us for more epic One Piece adventures.